So the next question will be for all three of you, but Jose, we will start with you. What would you say is the biggest challenge right now to Bojangles' growth?
The biggest challenge for growth, I think, for us is to find the right franchisees, folks that love to be in the restaurants and that will make the commitment to see the growth both short and long term. And without a doubt, I think we're all still facing labor challenges. As Christine said, it starts with people. And so finding the right people and having them stay long term and making the unit economics work is the challenge I think most of us face day to day in today's world.
Now, how are you addressing that challenge?
Well, from the franchising standpoint, when we have success, I think success breeds success. It draws and attracts high quality individuals and companies that are looking for another way to grow their existing business. So we bank on our reputation and our results. On the people side, obviously we're all looking at different things, from how to manage labor in a more efficient way through kitchen design, kitchen ergonomics, through AI. We launched AI in our drive-through last year. We've been very happy, very pleased, and seen an average check increase. We see it's probably become one of our most dependable employees is someone we call Bolinda. She's our AI voice in our drive-through. And oddly enough, she shows up for work every day on time, doesn't ask for a break, doesn't even charge us overtime, so she's become quite the asset. So finding ways to get creative around how to keep employees motivated, have a development plan for their growth, sharing better benefits with them while being more efficient in your restaurant are ways to make it nowadays, at least for Bojangles.
All right. Christine, same question. What do you see as the biggest challenge for Dutch Bros growth, and what are you doing to address it?
Yeah, I think for us, we've grown so incredibly rapidly over the last several years. We've added, 500 of our 830 shops in the last 5 years. So just that pace of growth, that what we're doing a lot of work on right now is making sure the back office can absolutely support all of that growth. We're primarily company-owned growth right now, so we need to be our own best franchisee and make sure that all of us are serving our shops in the most awesome way possible. And so I think, for us, it's probably the same challenges that many of you face. It is, we've seen an escalation in build cost. Sometimes build timelines are affected by things like weather and other things like that, so working through all of those. As we expand across the country, we just opened our first 2 shops in Florida, so we're building a supply chain that spans the entire country and everything that entails. And so it's really just all of those things of making sure that all of our systems and processes keep up with our growth so that we can serve our shops in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. So coming out of the pandemic, we did see some real issues with permitting and permitting delays causing real problems. Is that still an issue, or has that gotten any easier?
I think in our experience, it's gotten easier, and then we also did a number of things during the pandemic to kind of work through that. So one, making sure we were buying equipment and things ahead of time. We also have a mix that's primarily ground leases, which allows us to control those construction timelines a little bit better. So there's a lot of things that we've been able to do ourselves, but I still think that there's just a lot of challenges. I think we saw yesterday in the data that we're all kind of picking up our growth collectively. So, just a lot out there to make sure all your subs show up on time and make sure that those shops and restaurants get built in the right way.
Scott, what's the biggest challenge for Taco Bell's growth?
Yeah, I think it's just maintaining franchisee enthusiasm. Every time a franchisee opens a restaurant, it's a multi-million-dollar bet on the brand. We feel really good. Last year, we opened more restaurants than since 1999 as a system. So we feel that franchisees are still enthusiastic about the brand. But there's a lot of headwinds in development, as you know. Christine mentioned it. There's inflation that doesn't make it any cheaper or easier. There's longer lead times, like you just mentioned. So it's just making sure that everyone still feels really good about opening that next restaurant, because every time you open a restaurant, it's a bet, and you want to make sure you get your returns.
So